What is up, guys? It's your boy Torius, back again with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about a more somber topic, right? I should do it at night so we get more spookier. But in the spirit of Halloween, today we're going to be talking about killing yourself, right? You know, when people say, you should just kill yourself, man. Or if you're ever contemplating suicide or whatever. You know, let's talk about that. So, like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So, a lot of times we go through life and it gets real challenging, right? Especially when you're like legit and you don't really know what is going on. A lot of times you think, damn, you know what? Today sucks. I'm gonna go off myself, right? But you know, sometimes that's not the answer. You know, like sometimes that's not the right time. Like honestly, I feel like everyone, I feel like we all have those thoughts, right? Like they say 60% of men kill themselves, right? And 40% of women do it. Now I'm understanding why. But you know, honestly, I've had those thoughts, right? Like, why not? Why hasn't anyone? Like, you know, like when I was a teenager, right? And I was going through a lot. Like when I was in like high school and shit. And you know, I didn't really like living. So I was like, you know what? This shit sucks. You know, I'm gonna just go by. Right? And you know, I tried it. But you know what? You know what is crazy though? Honestly, I've had so many great memories. I'm 26, right? I've had so many great memories that it's like, damn, if I killed myself when I was like 14 years old, what the hell? That should have would have like there was so much to live for, right? Like there's so many things to live for. Like I'm so glad I didn't do it, right? Because it's great. Like life is great, bro. Like honestly, like if you think about killing yourself, I feel like you should take some LSD first, right? Because honestly, it's like, I'm not condoning drug use, but if you're gonna kill, if you're really thinking like, you know, I'm gonna kill myself, I hate my family, I hate the kids at school, I lost my job, I lost this, just do LSD and I feel like you'll be straight. Like you might have a horrible, terrible trip, but you know, like LSD really makes you see life as beautiful, right? It makes life worth living. I feel like sometimes, like when you're doing drugs, the thing is I feel like a lot of people kill themselves because of drugs, right? Because drugs, I feel like it makes it real easy because you have these incredibly high highs, right? You have these you're like, oh wow, I'm on top of the world, right? Like the more higher your high is, the more you're gonna, when you fall down, you're gonna break your legs, bro. You're gonna break your legs. You're gonna break your heart. You're gonna break, that's crazy. You're gonna break your brains, you know? Because it's like jumping off of a building, right? Drugs are basically like jumping out of an airplane with no parachute. you feel me? Like, yeah, you might live like Peggy Hill, right? Like Peggy Hill did that shit. She lived. But you're gonna break something, you know? Like something, like it might not happen like right now. Like ecstasy, right? You take ecstasy once, you have an amazing high, and then all of a sudden for a whole week you're just like down, you know? Like you're down in the dumps. So you know, it's the same. It's like when you're in that such a low, and it's like sometimes it doesn't have to do with how you're feeling either. Sometimes life just throws you those incredibly low lows right after you have incredibly high highs, right? Like a lot of times, I'll have really, really high highs, right? And like right now, I feel like I'm living through a high, right? Like right now, I'm in a high, and I was just going through a low. Like I was like, damn, where's, you know, how am I gonna pay my rent? How am I gonna do this? Like I was stressing about money and shit. I was stressing about a lot of different things, but now it's so funny because it's like now I'm like, you know, life is great. Like everything, like I have bread, I have things going for me, I have a lot of things, and it's like, you know, like 2 weeks ago, I was in a huddled up in the fucking what is it, like the fetal position, right? I was huddled up in a ball, just being like, oh no, right? It's just life just has those highs and lows. You just gotta. The thing is, you gotta remain constant, right? I feel like you just gotta remember your masculinity, right? Like if you ever think of like, you know, like actually doing it, just remember your masculinity, right? Like the earth, right? We pick at the earth, we cut down the trees, we cut down, like we destroy the ozone layer. But guess what? The earth is still here. Like look at it, right? This is the earth. We're still on the earth. The earth don't complain. What if the earth was like, yo, I'm gonna kill myself, right? Then we're all gonna die, right? And we all would not have things to experience. Like life is about experiencing, right? Like life is about doing different. Like if your intuition tells you to do something except killing yourself, I mean, who knows, bro? Maybe killing yourself is like what your life was supposed to be. Because honestly, the way, like, not to say to do it or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, this is like the worst. I'm not good at like spreading good messages, right? Like I be telling people to do drugs, I be telling people to like kill themselves. I just be telling people to do whatever they want, right? But the thing is, it's like it's you know, like when we masturbate, right? When we masturbate, the whole point of no fap, the whole movement of no fap is that fapping creates bad emotions, right? Fapping, like beating your meat, just creates you being like, oh, you know what? What's the point of everything? You know, like you get to that point, right? And you feel guilty about it a lot of times, right? Like if you don't feel like anything's wrong with it, like, because if you don't feel like anything is wrong with it, then it's not really that detrimental, right? But not everyone is the same. Like a lot of times when we fap, we feel guilty about it, right? And guilt is a very, very heavy emotion because we're like, damn, I feel so bad, right? Like you feel guilty, right? You feel bad. You don't feel good. Like if you're happy, I feel good, right? And you feel light. Everything feels like nice. But then when you feel guilty, you're like, oh, I feel bad. And it has a lot of shame, right? Like shame is even worse than guilt. Like shame is like, damn, I feel bad. I hate myself, right? Like that's literally what shame is. Like I don't, but that's what shame is. Shame is just a hate towards yourself, right? And it's like, those are just horrible emotions. And the thing is like, what makes fapping bad is that it gives you a vibe of guilt and shame and hate towards yourself, right? Because it's like it's so funny because it's like it's called making love with yourself, right? Playing with yourself. And it's like you're giving yourself these great feelings, but then like right after, it's like, damn, I hate myself. Like, why did I do this? Like when you look in the mirror. And the thing is like that adds to your overall vibe. So if you're always masturbating, like when you don't masturbate, then it's a good chance that you're not gonna even have those bad feelings, right? Like right now, I'm feeling regular, right? I'm feeling normal. Like I'm not feeling really anything. I'm just feeling like I'm vibing. Like I'm just like chilling, right? I'm not super low. I'm not super high. I'm not high and I'm not low. I'm in the middle right now, right? Like right now, I'm just in my vibe. If I was to masturbate, I will go up, then I will go all the way down, right? Like not all the way up and not all the way down, but like, you know, pretty high and pretty low, right? And the thing is like when you have these fluctuations of your vibe, like when you feel guilty about masturbating, because the reason why you even feel guilty is because you feel like you're gonna do it again, right? So you're like, damn, I'm addicted to it. I'm gonna do it again. Probably I'm gonna make myself not proud. I'm not gonna get anything done. I'm gonna my family, right? All these different emotions. We're feeling these bad things, and we're putting that in our vibe, right? Like it's like food, right? In your body, your vibe can also be your food, right? That's why I call it emotional, like your emotional health, right? Your mental health. This is all where mental health comes from, right? It's your emotions, because there's physical health, which is like if you eat broccoli and chicken breast, you're gonna have an overall healthier body if you eat that all the time, right? If you're eating McDonald's and fast food and a bunch of junk and a whole lot of it, guess what? You're going lower, right? You're gonna make yourself fat. You're gonna make yourself slow. You're gonna make yourself tired, right? But if you eat healthy food, you're gonna have more energy. You're gonna have a better vibe, right? It's the same thing with the emotions. If you're just like if you eat just like regular food, like you're not really on a diet, you're not really trying to eat healthy, but you also know you're more conscious about like not eating fast food, not eating like unhealthy food and stuff, then you're just gonna have an overall like mid vibe, right? Like you're just gonna be mid. But then like if you eat really bad, like you eat an entire pizza by yourself, like a large pizza by yourself, guess what? That's like a fucking lot of food. So that's like grease going in your body, and that's like fucking up your body. It's the same thing with your emotions, right? If you're feeling happy, it adds to your emotions. It's like food for your mental, right? It's like you feel these happy feelings. The more happier you are, that's why they say to do little things, like have little tiny accomplishments, right? The more little like success attracts success. So the more little, the more smaller achievements you have, it's adding to your vibe, right? If you just keep adding and adding and adding to your vibe, and eventually like these little like one plus one equals 2, right? 0 plus 0 equals 0, and negative 10 plus negative 10 equals 0, right? So, or no, actually, never mind. Negative 10 plus negative, I don't remember. I think it's negative 20, right? Negative 10 plus negative 10 equals negative 20. So if you just keep adding these negative vibes, you're going lower in the scale. If you add higher vibes, even if it's just one, you're going more, right? So if you want to increase your vibe, because the thing is, when you have a high vibe and you have a high vibe for life, like when you have a high vibe, you see life as beautiful and you think like, damn, I would never want to leave. Like, I just want to stay here, right? But if you have a low vibe, then it's a lot easier to be like, you know what, I want to leave this fucking place. I hate this place, da da da. It's all just a bunch of bad emotions, right? So you just gotta do little things to make yourself feel accomplished, and they just add them up. Like, yeah, the task is arduous and slow and monotonous, but it's like playing RuneScape, right? In RuneScape, it takes like 2 billion 200 million XP, right, to get to like 200 million XP, or like level 99, or however much it costs, right? However much it costs is however much it costs. But if you just keep adding it, you just keep like mining or woodcutting or whatever every day, eventually you're gonna get to level 99, right? And you're eventually gonna get to 200 million. And you just gotta keep chipping away at it, right? Just keep doing little things like fix your bed, right? Just say every day I'm gonna fix my bed. Just fix your bed every day. It doesn't even have to be when you wake up. Just fix your bed, and you'll feel a sense of accomplishment. And then those thoughts of like, oh, I'm worthless. Like, don't listen to what people say. What people gotta say to you is just what they're feeling about themselves, right? And I know it's like if you're young, this is hard to kind of grasp and believe, but just understand it's like a projector, right? People project their emotions onto you. So if someone like if you're in a movie, right? The movie is not on the screen. Like the screen is not the movie, because the screen can be a different movie every day, right? If you're watching a movie and you look at the screen, it could be a different movie. The projector is in the back, right? The projector has the movie in it, and it's projecting it onto the screen. So it's showing what's inside of the projector. What's inside of the projector is inside of it, and it's showing it on the screen, so it can see it, right? Because people, it's crazy. It's super simple, right? So those are not, whatever someone says to you is not what they really mean. That this is what they feel about themselves, right? So just be like, okay, like it's like a shield you got to kind of put on yourself. That you got to understand that whatever things that people are saying to you is just because that's what they feel about themselves. So that being said, like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new, and don't kill yourself, please. The world is a better place with you. So stay here, subscribe to the Patreon, and if you have any more questions, just DM me on Instagram @Torius @6 for interviews. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.